we talk about things that happen off the field and how it could have implications and distractions. Talk about this game. Vegas Raiders are going to be on the road in Mile High Stadium. They're going to have their assistant coach, who will be the interim head coach, at the helm of this one. Obviously, the big news out of Las Vegas on Monday, Jon Gruden resigned as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. There were inappropriate emails. This guy pretty much hit the trifecta. He went after the African-American community. He went after the LGBTQ community. He went after pretty much any marginalized community that he could find in these emails. And it's crazy, but it's the world that we live in, and you can't do that and survive that. And now the Raiders have just a tall task with the Broncos in Mile High in that altitude. Broncos 3.5-point favorites.
Yeah, Broncos for sure. I just think what's the name, man? They, with all that going on, they gave him a pass, letting him quit like that. They should have fired his ass.
I think the thing with that though, Phil, is if they fired him, they would have had to pay him that $60 million.
Facts.
So they were not trying to pay him that $60 million. So they said, yo, you got to resign. You got to call it quits on your own. And that way he doesn't get that $60 mil.
And you know it's bad if he actually resigned, because if you think, Mike, I ain't gonna resign, you gonna have to fire me. If I knew I was gonna get that money, you gonna have to fire. I don't care what happened, you gonna have to fire me. you gonna have to get the people to come bring me up out of here.
Over $60 million.
But yeah, man, they should have fired his ass, man. That was messed up. Some of that stuff he said, man.
I know it's so tough, and you just cannot say that. And I think the big thing too is, and why he threw that resignation in, is, coming from a guy that was in, high school not too long ago and college not too long ago, just a couple years removed from the latter. It was like, okay, take my phone now before you read these text messages to the rest of the class out loud. And he didn't want some of the other stuff. God knows what else was out there.
How did shit come out 7 years later, though?
That's what I'm saying, especially too with like the investigations and stuff.
The media, man.
It is crazy that it comes out now. I'm glad that
it's always like that.
It is. I'm glad that it came out.
Nothing ever come out when it happened.
Yeah.
Something had to happen, and he pissed somebody off, so they went digging.
It's crazy, too, that, why would you send that? Like, in the first place, if there's a paper trail and you think you're going to say something stupid, this is advice to anyone in any walk of life. Don't send it digitally where it could be traced. Don't say it over the phone where it could be recorded. How many years are we removed from the whole Donald Sterling thing in the NBA with the Clippers? That was really one of the first blow-ups that we saw in sports, where the players were like, yo, this isn't cool, what this guy said. And in the year 2021, Jon Gruden is still doing just the same bonehead stuff. And God knows, I would hate to find out what other things that were out there that would have come out had he not resigned.
Oh yeah, I mean, what they found was just a little bit, but it is what it is. People gonna be people, and
it almost
things work out how they work out. God knows, and
yeah.
I'm gonna take the Broncos on this.
I'm gonna take the Broncos. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Broncos too. Dare I say my lock of the week?
Oh, the Broncos.
Give me the Broncos on my lock of the week.
Okay.
I think this.
So are we gonna? How are we gonna do this? So if you get your lock, was that an extra point?
No, I think the lock is just for fun.
I mean, that should be a little double.
We had to have started that too, a little bit ago, but. Couple episodes ago rather, but I'm going to take the Broncos. I'm going to take my Broncos as the lock. Just some of the stuff with Jon Gruden, it had to have rubbed the locker room the wrong way. They were saying that, we had addressed the team before the game on Sunday, literally coached a game when all this stuff was out there.
Yeah, that was weird that they still let them coach.
And then it was weird too. It felt so icky watching them talk about it on Monday Night Football. I'm like, this guy used to be on Monday Night Football. He used to be Monday Night Football. Mm-hmm. It's just so weird. And it's crazy. Adam Schefter said it best, a storied career, not only as a coach, but also as a broadcaster, just thrown away because you made the biggest boneheaded mistake that you could have possibly made in this career.
Some people are going to be the way they are, you know what I mean? And the truth will come out. Truth will always come out.
The truth will set you free.